What if I told you that while you are watching this short video, I'm going to get at least one high ticket client worth maybe about $3,000 in new revenue without lifting a finger, taking a sales call. Heck, I don't even have a sales team. You see, the high ticket coaching business I run and the way I run it gets me about 1 to 3 high ticket clients every single day without me getting on a sales call or, again, having a sales team. In fact, I only have an executive assistant and manage up to 60, 70 high ticket clients at any time, solo delivering world-class results, working less than 4 hours a day. So what kind of voodoo magic is this? And I'll unpack it all inside this video, but there's 2 things that separate me from all the other coaches and consultants that at my revenue level are drowning in sales conversations, delivery obligations, or then managing a team. And what this is the quality of my ideas, the quality of my decisions, and then essentially the strategies, the playbooks that come from those ideas. So let's actually go inside my vacation home and unpack this all so you get to install it yourself. Before we dive in, quick introduction. My name is Mal Stutz. The 4-hour consultant and successful coaches and consultants come to me when they want to sign an extra 1, 2, 3 high ticket clients every single day through the daily client funnel that does that on complete autopilot. A solo entrepreneur who's making $1 million a year isn't much different to any other entrepreneur. I mean, essentially we have access to the same information, to the same internet. We have access to the same 24 hours. We're bound to the same laws. So really what is the big difference is not even the routines, waking up at 5 a.m. or not, doing yoga, doing ice bath, and while all of those things might help, what it again all really comes down to is just the quality of ideas one has and how we are using those ideas to construct offers, using the strategies that we have access to, and are using the time that we have inside a day. So when I am signing 1, 2, 3 clients every single day, actively serving dozens and dozens of clients with nothing but an assistant and 4 hours of work a day, what it comes down to is constructing efficient ways to do all of that in as little time as possible. So some people might call that smart work, but what it really is, it's creative leverage. And that's really what I want to speak about over the next few minutes. So let's run through an actual typical day of mine. And it's important to me that we aren't just paying attention to what I'm actually doing, because that matters less. It's much more about how it's putting me into a situation, into a position where I can construct efficient ways to do less, but get more. So let's look at it. So obviously, like all of you, I gotta wake up in the morning and I care a lot about my sleep. So I sleep about 7 hours. Then first thing first, I read something that was published before Gutenberg. And that's usually the Bible that I read in the morning, because it grounds me and it provides me with ancient wisdom. Many of the problems that I have, they were solved thousands of years ago, so I can find solutions in the past. Then I have a dedicated block for thinking. So I think for an hour a day, and for me, that's closing my eyes and observing my thoughts. That's it, nothing else. Some people might call that meditation, but for me, it's less about focusing on my breath. It's really just closing my eyes and paying attention to my thoughts that come when my eyes are closed and writing down anything valuable that comes in the time being. Right after, I do a bit of journaling and I'm doing like a bit of a brain dump. So I'm writing down my fears, I'm writing down my hopes. I'm just doing like a brain dump so that I can clear my brain and ultimately get ready for walking 10,000 steps. So every single day I walk 10,000 steps while usually listening to an audio book or I listen to like a YouTube video. I'm starting to feed my brain with good input. I just cleared it, right, before that activity. Now I can feed it with good input, and movement stimulates the brain anyways. So then when I come home, I usually have a bit of like coffee and then I read for about 30 minutes. And then I usually sit at my desk for the first time and I write for at least 60 minutes. Now, this isn't like social media writing. I much more want to turn my ideas and my thoughts into concepts. Concepts can be solutions to problems that I either use for myself or that I'm going to sell to my customers or that I'm going to use for my customers. And then really we come to the core. There is a great book that's called The One Thing, which is really about that whole topic we're speaking about today, where essentially all after that, when I'm starting work, I ask myself, what is the one thing I can do today such that by doing it, everything else would be easier or unnecessary? And I'm thinking about that question for as long as I have to, up until I found the right answer. And when I do have that one thing, sometimes it's 2, 3 max. I get that done within about 2 to 3 hours. And this is a skill, right? So discover the one crucial thing. It comes down to saying no to more things that you are saying yes to at the moment. So that when those core things are done, and that is basically the deep work that I'm getting done, then I'm having about an hour or so where I'm actually looking at my inbox, at my client messages, the communication with my executive assistant. So this one thing that I'm doing, plus the essentials like the emails, etc., that ends up usually being the 4 hours that I work. And then I'm pretty much done for the day. So I guess now you can see how my entire morning is spent to put myself in a situation, in a position where I can best answer the question, what's the one thing? And then get that done. And by doing so, day after day, week after week, construct efficient ways to do less inside my business. So now that we made the point that essentially we're all running an idea business and we're being paid for the quality of our ideas, it's really all about having the best ideas possible. And I found the best ideas don't come by sitting at my desk, but they come by enjoying the beauty that life has to offer. So the best ideas for me, they come when I'm spending time with my loved ones, when I'm spending time on my own, when I'm going for a hike, whatever that might be. They don't come from grinding it out 16 hours a day, because when I do grind it out for 16 hours a day, I more so just execute other people's ideas and other people's greatness than listening to my own greatness. Let's speak about some concrete ideas that I've had that turn into concepts that are now allowing me to generate $3,000 to $6,000 a day, serve the many clients that I serve solo, basically with an executive assistant. One of those is the messenger ready offer. So early on when I started to grow my business, the faster I grew, the more sales calls I've had. And essentially I reached a point where I was like, I can't continue this. So I created the messenger ready offer framework that allows me to sell my high ticket offers without sales conversations. Then number 2, when I signed all of those clients, the bigger I got, the more time I spent in customer fulfillment, and that restricted the growth of my business. So I created a daily client rhythm that allows me to serve high ticket clients in just like 50, 60, 70 high ticket clients in just 4 hours a week. And then lastly, we got the client magnet. So instead of having to produce free lead magnets, free content all the time, I've created paid client magnets that attracted my ideal clients and turned those ideal clients into buyers that generated cash flow, but then also pre-sold my high ticket programs that made the whole client acquisitions a lot easier. Listen, I'm not any special. I told you before that $1 million solo entrepreneur isn't much different to any other entrepreneur. We have the same 24 hours. We have access to the same information. We essentially don't have an unfair advantage. We all just recognized early on that we are in an idea business, and to succeed inside an idea business, we need great ideas, and great ideas need time and space to develop. So the 4-hour consulting model, where we strive to work the least hours possible, isn't because we're lazy or we don't like to work. We're just looking to spend as little time as possible on those low leverage activities so we can focus on turning ideas into concepts that actually move the needle and use our thinking to create great life-changing offers and strategies. This is the routine that allows common entrepreneurs like you and I to build $3,000 to $6,000 a day businesses with nothing but an assistant and 4 hours of actual work. If you are interested to learn more about the 4-hour consulting model, see if it is a fit for you, then check out the link in the description below. All right, if you found value in this, then leave a comment or leave a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And I guess I see you in the next video. This is Miles. Peace out.